Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to What's the 411 News. Yes, indeed, we back again. All right. Seems like we're having some technical difficulties, but we're going to try to get through it as best as we can. All right. You guys give me a second here. You know, when it comes to the new black media, you putting out that good information, there's a lot of hating going on. But nonetheless, hey, we still gonna push through this. All right. So y'all guys give me a second real quick as we get into this story here. Just want to make sure I'm trying something real quick. And I just want to make sure it's working correctly. Trying something real quick. And I just want to make sure it's working correctly. All right, seems like it's working correctly. So, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for coming in, checking us out. I was listening to a good conversation in regards to Dr. Claude Anderson, and as a matter of fact, tomorrow on my podcast show, you guys can go to this channel here on YouTube. Um, Thoughts of the Week podcast is what I do a podcast show on, and hopefully this Saturday I will be listening live, and so you guys will be able to check it out live when Dr. Claude Anderson will be live on Twitter Spaces. So I'm hoping to be able to cover that, maybe give some commentary in between, and probably more listening than commenting. And so hopefully you guys will be there. So go on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. You can go to Thoughts of the Week podcast. Some of them might just say Thoughts of the Week, or some of them will say Thoughts, or all of them maybe says Thoughts of the Week podcast. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. All right. And the replay videos will be available on Spotify for those who are um, subscribed to Spotify. So you'll get to see the video later on that. But yeah, I want to go too far into it. Let's get into what we're talking about today. All right. Let's get into it with the technical difficulties and all right. So here we go. We got a gentleman here who has an uncle who started a restaurant roughly 90 years ago. And this brother's still taking on or running the family restaurant that his uncle started. Okay. This black CEO continues to run family restaurant, which was started by his uncle almost 90 years ago. All right. So let's check this out, man, and let's see what's going on here. I always like to see entrepreneurs do their thing. All right. So let's check this out. Let's check this out, ladies and gents. All right. Let's see what they're talking about. All right. So black CEO and pitmaster still running family restaurant. His uncle started almost 90 years ago, man. Almost 90 years ago. All right. For nearly 3 decades now, Derek McCray has served as CEO of McCray's Backyard Barbecue and Seafood, a black family owned restaurant in West Palm Beach, Florida. Right. West Palm Beach, Florida. I believe this is a black American strictly on the 90 years piece of it. All right. So I believe this is a black American. All right. I could be wrong. If you guys know more, then correct me. But being that his uncle been doing this almost 90 years ago, going that far back, I don't think there was too many immigrants at that time out here. But I could be wrong. But you guys can correct me, put it in the comments, let me know. All right. So a black family owned restaurant in West Palm Beach. And I only say that because before I continue, because if you see me in other news reports talk about what's going on with Black Americans and the games that are being played and the chokehold that the government is putting Black Americans in, foundational Black Americans, and they're using all types of tactics. So it's my hope that this is a Black American because just like Dr. Claude Anderson, being that I mentioned Dr. Claude Anderson, we won't be covering him hopefully or covering the live Twitter space. This kind of fits into this piece here um, in regards to entrepreneurship. And Dr. Claude Anderson also mentions that we pretty much have nobody else that I have our back. Dr. John Henry Clark said the same thing. We have no friend. And so at this point, we got to look out for each other and start making our dollars circulate more than just once or more than just half of a once. All right. So that's why I was saying that. So let's get back into it. Okay. A black family owned restaurant in West Palm Beach, Florida. His great uncle, Jay Harvey, opened the restaurant almost 90 years ago in 1934 as both CEO and pitmaster. Derek has worked hard to preserve the restaurant using his family's rich traditions and flavors that have delighted patrons for decades. Uncle Jay bought Uncle Jay brought my father up in the barbecue business and made him a barbecue extraordinaire. All right. He was the barbecue man, and he was pretty much the only black restaurant business in his area during this time. And also the barbecue, mention of the barbecue also putting these little pieces together is making me think this is a foundational black American, right? Coupled with a few other things here. Piecing it together is giving me clues that this might be a black American family, all right? Foundational black American, not immigrant related or immigrant based, all right? No disrespect. In the midst of historical challenges from segregation to the civil rights movement, the restaurant served as a safe haven for people to enjoy a good meal and companionship. Over the years, the restaurant stood strong against several challenges, even threats from the Klan. All right, another clue. But the war on drugs in 1971 took a toll on the community and the business. All right, Derek stepped up to restore the family business, following in his father and uncle's footsteps. But his journey to becoming CEO was not without twists and turns. All right. While studying business management at Florida A&M University and HBCU, another clue, he was sidetracked by the life of a student athlete. He had to leave college earlier than planned, but he learned to hustle during this time, selling hot dogs and even starting a magazine with a friend. He also played professional football, but it was a career cut short because of his off field activity. Those setbacks eventually led him back to the family BBQ business. All right. Despite the changing times, McCrae's backyard barbecue and seafood, can't forget the seafood, continues to cook with open pit wood, preserving the authentic flavors passed down through generations. Their signature barbecue sauce and dessert reflect the family's cherished recipes. The restaurant's success is evident, generating 1.58 million in revenue last year. Shout out to you, my man. Shout out to you, my friend. All right. 1.58 looks like 1.58 million in revenue last year with a $230,000 annual net profit. They served esteemed guests, including presidents, and musicians, and at events like the Super Bowl. Moreover, Derek has ambitious plans for the future. He aims to expand the family business nationwide, raising capital for his first franchise location. But his vision extends beyond profits. He is passionate about hiring and mentoring young Black and Hispanic people. That's cool. I see, I feel what he's doing, but he wants to look out for the youth. But I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay. All right. Again, he is passionate about hiring and mentoring young Black and Hispanic people, teaching them skills from cooking to running a business, all aimed at creating generational wealth. His two sons are also being groomed to continue the family tradition. It's in my DNA to keep moving forward, he said. I don't see a reason why the McRaes can't be like the Rockefeller. All right, that's good. A good vision to have. I got some issues with the hiring thing, but okay. I'm all about vision, having a vision for things, so I feel you on that. Can't be like the Rockefellers or the Post or other big families that have secured generational wealth. Learn more about McRae's Backyard Barbecue and Seafood via its official website at mcraesbbq.com. All right, that's mcraesbbq.com. Also, be sure to follow the restaurant on Instagram at McRae's underscore backyard underscore barbecue or BBQ. Matter of fact, let's get it straight. At McRae's underscore barbecue underscore BBQ. All right. And so there we have it, ladies and gents. Got a gentleman who's in the food business, the restaurant business, and he's trying to get some things done, man. All right. Again, I got some issues because the way things are going, like I mentioned, with Black Americans and Hispanics and the history between that and what's going on now with everybody coming across the borderlines due to this current government's policies and this government's allowances of letting that happen. I got a little issue with that, bro. So I'm hoping you're a Black American. Of course, you can do what you want to do, but I think you need to be a little bit more aware of the dynamics of what's going on nationwide here. All right, I get you. It's cool to always teach the youth and get them knowledgeable, but are you doing it to your detriment in the long run, depending on who you're trying to hire? That's what I'm saying. All right. So you guys let me know what you think, man. Think about this particular report. And as always, man, like I always say, no matter where you are around the world, you can always bet on the new Black media, Foundational Black Americans, to be specific. All right. With that being said, this is What's the 411 News. I'm out. Peace. Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.